Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will have another matchup from Hurricane 2025 that took place in Houston. Thank you again for the videos, Nick. This is one of many videos I'm hoping to make from all of the footage from the Hurricane tournament. In today's video, we have round three TC with the deck versus Adams blue blue red with a little bit of black. So first up, let's look at TC's deck. I don't have a photo of his deck list, but I know it's exactly like mine because we went with the same decks. So you can see main deck, 3 Disenchant plus 2 Divines, the 2 Abyss main, 61st card being Ivory Tower, 6th counter main being Power Sink. Since it's Swedish, only one strip, 20 lands to 21, and only 2 stones to 3 stones. So 29 mana sources on 4 strip formats. I do like 31. I have tried 29 like I did in Winter Derby, didn't work out so well. The second recall main, of course, or in the deck because it's Swedish. Sideboard wise, you can see we have Blue Helmet Blasts, 4 of those bad boys, another Ivory Tower, which is both those cards are great against Burn, 2 more Artifact Controls, 4 Sarahs, and then for the mirror matchup, a Greed and 3 Hippies. I've talked about, or I talked about my match against Ben, how much I like Hippies, and the mirror sucks in every other fucking matchup though. And then next up we have Adam's deck. Adam A. His deck. It's not a Tog. It's not blue. It's not like blue red. It's not like Counterburn because there's only a few counter spells main. Like maybe you could call Counterburn with 2 counter spells and a mana drain, but I wouldn't. But he's got the 8 bolts plus the 4 psionic blasts, 3 orcs, 4 dibs, 2 shatters main. I like that. 1 blood moon is so interesting. The 4 badlands is wild, but I guess with the blood moon it works. And he's got so much more red. Control magic main, love that. I hope he got to use that like on a Sanger Vampire or something in the tournament. Everything else main seems normal. Sideboard, energy flux for the artifact matchup, shatters, blast, Tormod's Crypt, red element to blast and blue element to blast, Tormod's Crypt, 2 Suchis. That's probably against the deck and mono black because it's an artifact creature, and then a deck against the abyss. No mana burn, so you don't have to worry about that. Earthquake, flash fires. I love fucking flash fires. That's so cool. I remember playing with that card as a kid, and then a second blood moon. All right, let's jump right in. Okay, so right now we can see TC shuffling because he just mulliganed. So he'll be going down to 6. It looks like Adam's keeping a 7, I'm assuming. I do not know who won the die roll because that part wasn't recorded. TC's looking at his grip, considering. Looking at Adam's hand, looks like he has 4 lands, a dib, a chaos orb, and something. I think that's a chaos orb. We'll look. All right, so TC's keeping that 6. He's good. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. All right, so who's going first? Somebody play a fucking card. Somebody. All right, TC plays a library. Interesting. With only 5 in hand, right? He's playing that library. I wonder if he kept a no land hand there. I would almost rather go to 5 if that's the case. But in old school, you can wait and build up your hand, right? So against most decks, against aggro, not so much. Ooh, I see a blood moon in Adam's hand. So Adam went volcanic pass. TC drew to 6 and pass, so he missed his land drop. Or he's doing library. Step 2, time walk. Okay. All right. With a blood moon in hand, you don't know what TC's playing, right? So you don't know, you literally know nothing. He could be playing a mono red deck for all you know, or blue red, but I would almost land the blood moon right here, but he went dib, which I respect because that's, let's get aggro, baby. So TC has 7 in hand now, as he just drew, and now he's drawing off library. Is that a mana drain he drew? I think I saw a mana drain. Play the Tundra, taps Tundra, and does the swords on TC's turn. Smart move because you don't want him to untap a counter. So gets rid of it. Adam goes to 23. TC's still at 20. I believe he has 6 cards in hand. Oh, and he did have a counter. So that was a good play. Okay, with TC being tapped out right now, you seen the Tundra and the swords. I think I would slam down that blood moon. I'd play the Blood Moon. Come on, he's thinking about it. He's thinking, he's put it in front of his hand. He wants to. He wants to do it. I think I see a time twister in his hand too now. Yeah, you play it. No, no, you do it. Oh, what's he doing? How do you how do you pay for that? He tapped the wrong lands to pay for that. He tapped two islands, it looks like to me. Maybe that's a mountain and an island. Maybe I'm mistaken. All right, TC's going ham here. Unloading his hand to two Fellware stones, but no, that is two islands, so he did tap the wrong lands. It didn't matter, but all right, so TC has two new Fellware stones. He has one in tap. Looks like he has three in hand. Kind of hard to tell. Four in hand, maybe. The quality of this video is actually impressive, though, especially when you consider Nick was able to record three matches simultaneously for all rounds of tournament. Though the last round started a little bit late, and I got my ass kicked so bad by Colin, my match was already over. All right, so he plays a Chaos Orb. TC has no responses, and I will chain you. Past turn. I think TC's at 17 now. I think. He's got to find a way to get to white and to get a disenchant because he cannot win this game with three mountains, two Fellwares, a tap for an island, and Sapphire. And I think he's trying to talk him into Chaos Orb on his own. Blood Moon. Adam not getting TC's sense of humor, but I think it's hilarious. I don't know if he's trying to put him on tilt or what, but it was funny to me. That's the same joke as the ancestral recall when somebody casts it, you say, "Are you targeting me?" Or the blatant brain geyser, etc. All right, Badlands in play. It's another mountain. Six mana though. TC's got the mana. He just has no way, and he's got three blue, so he could counter stuff. He just has no way of really playing beyond counters right now. He needs to get one of those three disenchants main, right? Two divines. Needs to see disenchant. Needs to see a mox, a pearl, excuse me, or a lotus. Bolt to the head. I think that brings him down to 14. See, Ironclaw Orc. So I think you drop your Ironclaw Orc. Make him counter. If I'm TC, I do not counter this. There's no way I counter a creature. He's thinking about it, though. He's thinking about. He's saying, "I'm going to counter that," and throws it in the bin. Doesn't even leave it out there. Just says, "Hey, I countered that." And he goes, "Not so fast, my friend. I will counter your counter." I think there's. He's saying, "Still my turn." Yeah, because he did the counter in response to creature being cast. Reminder, because it's three matches, there's always going to be a little bit of the gameplay cut off, and that's why you see Fallen Star's emblem in the top right, where TC's face and shoulder are. The good thing is we can still see amazing gameplay. I love the location of this camera. We'll have to mimic this in our gathering, our Ghost Ships gathering in March. All right, swung for two. Now it looks like he's trying to tap to play Time Twista. There's no way you can let Time Twister resolve. No way. You hope he got the counter, dude. Looks like he's acting like he's got it. Excuse me. Sorry for yawning. Yep, mana drain. So he mana drained it. Adam's down to 0 cards, but he has a creature, a Chaos Orb, and a Blood Moon. That's a Black Lotus from TC. I think I see a disenchant. So he got his white. Plays his factory. Pops it for 3 white. I don't know what they're talking about right now, but yeah, pops it for 3 white. Cast disenchant. Kills the Blood Moon. Oh, they were probably talking about Badlands to see if that's what color that was, red, black, or not. One white floating for TC. Was it two white floating for TC or one? Oh, he had two because he tapped library. Either way, he cast the Abyss. The Abyss is fantastic in this matchup. However, there is a Chaos Orb in play. A lot of stress here. Adam flipping on camera. Does the single finger? I don't know if that flipped all of what. Did it do a full rotation? I can't tell. I don't think it did. Did it? I don't think it did. I think it landed. It's you hit the finger and then it's got to rotate a foot above when it hit the finger. It looked like it just turned over. I'm gonna assume it flipped though. I'm gonna assume it flipped. And what a fucking top deck, Brain Geyser. PC's got one, so he needs to make sure he does not have a counterspell because you cannot Brain Geyser yourself into a counterspell here. I think you just swing with the orcs. Excuse me, because the factory just came into play, so it can't pump itself. At least I'm pretty sure it just came into play last turn. Swing for four. He's gonna swords the one. And so now it's wide open. I went to attack with the factory, but that's just me. Just the orc. But now you can still brain geyser for three, four, five, right? No, three, four. Excuse me. Two blue and then yeah. So now he's gonna draw four cards. What a great brain geyser. That's the thing with these damn aggro decks. When they got that blue for Ancestral, which he just drew. The blue for Ancestral and Brain Geyser, and man, it's hard to handle all that burn, 12 burn spells plus all this other stuff. Great deck so far, Adam. Great play. Oh, he plays a factory. So TC drew top decks a factory. Right after Adam drew four fucking cards. Chain Lightning. Looks like Mind Twist, Demonic Tutor, and Ancestral Recall. Jeez. I think you play Ancestral Recall before you play your land. Draw three. Brings you up to seven. Maybe you got a cool land. Maybe you got another factory, then you can play your factory since you just killed it. He's asking, am I drawn or you? Again, and I was like, what are you talking about? All right, looks like you drew a factory and maybe two factories. Yeah, I think you drew two factories and a control magic. Control magic sucks game one against DC. He has no creatures, but the factories are great. So yeah, you play the factory. Demonic Tutor? What are you giving Demonic Tutor for? Dib? Fireball? Yeah, Demonic Tutor. I think you get Dib or Fireball. Maybe Wheel, but I don't know if I'd want to give TC 7 cards. You're way ahead. And you don't want to load his hand up with counter spells. Yeah. You could get a mana drain. But you tap the blue. Should have tapped that blue. Should have tapped the factory. And you can just keep mana drain in case he top decks something crazy. I think that's what I would have done. I think he got did. But I think I would have grabbed. I would have tapped the factory. There's no way I wouldn't have. If I would have tapped the bad lines in the factory, I think I would have got a mana drain. That way I can counter whatever he top decks. Yeah, that's what I would have done. You can't attack. What's he doing? Swing two. And TC can block. And then he can tap it to make it a 3/3. So it lives. And then factory dies. Is he going to chain the factory at the end of their second main phase? Or just chain him? I think I would chain the factory. And I think that's why TC grabbed his pencil to make him want to chain himself. To chain TC. But I would have done the factory, I think. All right. So he's got a dib. What's TC in the top deck? He's tapped out. He's got a factor in tap. So what's he gonna top deck? A book? Is that what he's tapping for? Yep, he's got a book. So two factors in play and a book. This could be this could be the point where this game turns on its head. Dib, Mind Twist, Silent Blast. No cards in hand. I think I would go Dib. Pass turn? You do Silent Blast now? No. So this is two cards in hand. The book online. Hmm. Swords on his upkeep. Okay. I'd let him swords me. Yeah, gain the three. You can't counter it anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. Gain the three. I feel like this is the third swords of the game, and Adam keeps putting them in his graveyard. They should be removed from game, his creatures, but hopefully it doesn't end up mattering because that time Twister did get countered. But yeah, just something to think about. Make sure you remove those from game when they get swords. Did he draw a bolt? I think he drew a bolt, yeah. Might be Ivory. I mean, no, it's a bolt. I thought it was a volcanic for a second. So he's got Bolt to Sonic Blast and Mind Twist, Control Magic. I think you Mind Twist him for one, and then you burn the fuck out of him to deal 7. Right? Yep, Mind Twist for one. He gets rid of a Underground Sea, I think. Now I think you just bolt them. Oh, Sonic Blast, weird. Worth leaving the two factories untapped? Oh, he passed turn. He's like, no, I don't need a Sonic Blast. It's an instant. I can wait. And where the odds TC draws a counter, I guess. The fact TC's two factories are keeping atoms at bay, so it's kind of like the longer you wait, the more likely the deck is to recover from the hole they're in. I like this too. He's tapping his mana correctly to Psionic Blast. He's in a power sink. I think in response I would have bolted with power sink still on the stack before it resolves, and then at least got the 3 damage in. But that was a good counter spell. So he's asking TC what life he's at, so that must mean he's got him. He's got 2 burn spells in his hand. What's he at, like 6? Is he at 6? If he's at 6, just go for it. Or maybe he's at 8, though. Might be at 7 now I think about it. I'm just trying to think through the damage he's received. Island. Rain Geyser. Rain Geyser for 1 billion, but leaving the factories untapped. So if you draw counter magic, you're fucked. Sometimes you gotta take those risks, though. Ooh, is that a fireball? He has no way of countering you. Well, you're kind of scared of the power sink, right? Maybe a second power sink. So don't fireball him more than leaving 2 untapped. No, don't do that. Leave your 2 red untapped. Yeah, yeah, I like what you're doing here. Or 1 red. Yes, like that. So that way he can't power sink you. Fireball for 4. He goes to 3. Maybe he's at 7. And then bolt you with another bolt backup. TC scoops him up. Okay. That's the end of game 1. Interesting. Hell of a job by Adam drawing the burn. TC almost stabilized, but never got the chance. So looking at the sideboards real quick, let's pull up TC's deck first. I would bring in 4 Sarah, an Ivory Tower, 2 or 3 Blasts. I would take out Power Sink, maybe 1 Recall, the 2 Abyss. Oh, I'd also bring in a Disenchant because of Blood Moon. Yeah, bring in the Disenchant if I didn't say that. Take out. Yeah, so I'm going to take out Power Sink, maybe a Recall, 2 Abyss, a Balance, Divine Offering. That's 6 cards right now. I would probably take out a counter spell as well, maybe make it 7. Bring in 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, maybe if I didn't say second recall, bring out the second recall, maybe, and then maybe take out this 1 book, maybe. Cause you got the Saras. Oh, and take out the Fireball. Yeah. Take out the Fireball, and then Adam. What would I do if I was you, Adam? Adam ended up taking 4th place too. He had a really good tournament. I would take out. Okay, so if I'm Adam and if I know the deck has Sarah's, I would take out Dibs. If I don't know the deck has Sarah's, I probably would leave the Dibs in. But Sarah's just beat the shit out of Dibs. So I would take out a Fireball, I think. Maybe the Dibs if I knew he had Sarah's. If not, maybe the Claws. Iron Claw works. Maybe Chains. The counter spells leave the mana drain. If you know they got Sarah's, keep the control magics in. Not sure what else I'd take out. What I'd bring in is either I would bring an energy flux. I would for sure bring an energy flux against the deck. However, if you choose not to bring in the energy flux and you only bring those in against artifact decks, I'd bring in shatters. I'd bring in that second blood moon, both Suchi, probably not Itsuchi's, probably not Suchi's, unless you think they're keeping the abyss in. And then a couple of red elemental blasts, maybe 3. Like that's kind of how I would do it. They're shuffling right now. It looks like I think I think Blood Moon is a must against the deck. And TC wants to get that Ivory Tower going early. I remember I remember Ivory Tower being really helpful for me in other matchups in this tournament because it helps gain you life. Oh, Adam's second guessing himself. He's grabbing that dib. Put the dib in and pulled something out. Maybe he took out Shatter. Excuse me, I keep yawning. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe take out the Shatter. He's second guessing himself again. It's looking at the Iron Claw going, do I want that son of a bitch? Taking out an Orc. So I'm going to take out 1 Orc for. He's got Shatters, and I think I saw Blood Moon in there in the sideboard. Maybe bring in a. Nope, he's going to keep the Orc in there. I think I saw 3 Red Elemental Blasts. Maybe bring 1 Red Elemental Blast. This is where, for TC and me, playing when I play the deck without red, this is where I wish I had red because you want to bring in that red elemental blast that's so good against Psionic Blast and against Dibs and against Energy Flux. And so if you can keep that red elemental blast open, you cast your Sarah, you can protect your Sarah from the Psionic Blast, and then you pretty much can't lose unless you're stupid. All right, I see a couple blasts, a dib, a chain, and a bolt. So he left the dib in. This time TC goes turn 1 library again. However, he has 6 cards in hand. He'll be able to draw pretty quick. I don't like turn 1 library um, on the play, but I get it. And then also in 4 strip formats, I never want to play library turn 1. But in one strip, it makes sense. So TC Library taps the library real quick. Adam did play that Soul Ring. So TC taps library, played a Cobb, 6 in hand. Plays a Lotus. I do not like playing Lotus here because he might have a Shatter. I'd keep the Lotus in my hand with 7 in hand so I can play a Sarah Angel very soon. What do you do here? If you're Adam, I think you go Dib. Yep, I like it. Go Dib. DC, let it go. He could have sourced, I guess, but don't counter that Dib in this matchup. When you have 4 Sarahs, I think I see a Sarah right there. He's about to take 2 and play Sarah. Goes to 18, plays the Angel of Death. Angel of Death, very scary against Dib. However, when your opponent has 2 Silent Blasts in hand, they're not so scared of Sarah. You're tapped out. I'm going to Silent Blast the shit out of that dude right now. And then I'm going to chain. And then I'm going to swing for 3. Yep, Sonic Blast her. So she's dead. You took 2 from City of Brass last turn. Swing 3. Now you're down to 15. Chain Lightning you. Now you're down to 12. That's what I'd be doing. You're at 15. And then chain you down to 12. Yep. She needs another angel here. Taps library the incorrect way. You always tap to the right, not to the left. Draws a card. A strip. I would almost want to strip the red here. But you might need that mana. Ooh. Goes to 11 for a time walk. He's digging deep. 7 cards in hand. Taps library the right way. 8 cards in hand. I see 2 books. Yeah, this is where you don't really want those books. That's why I like to go down to 2 books in this kind of matchup, which maybe he did. Take another burn. Is he at 10 now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, he's at 10. And he played Regrowth on the Lotus. This time he's keeping Lotus in his hand. He's gonna force discard the book. That's smart. I'd keep the Lotus as well because if Am's got that Shatter, you're fucked. All right, you're at 10. You're about to go to. Is that a Blood Moon? That might be a Blood Moon. Do you have a blue elemental blast in your hand? You were supposed to bring a couple in. Do you have it in your hand? Take the 3. Does he have it? Let's see. Ooh, okay. Another div. You're at 7, right, TC? You're at 7. If you play Sarah. Oh man, he drew his library too. Tapping the wrong way again. Plays his Lotus, plays Sarah with 2 Cobbs untapped, I'm assuming. He's got to have a Sarah. Why else would he regrowth? Yep, Sarah. Here comes another Psionic Blast, though, right? Didn't we see Adam with the Psionic Blast? I feel like we did. I think he had a Psionic Blast and a Blood Moon. He's 1 mana short to do them both this turn. I think you Psionic Blast her swing game. Or he might be at 7. You could just swing and then blast for the win. Is it a bolt? Yeah, just if he's at 7, you better just swing for the game. Is he at 4 now? I lost track of count of life here, but Psionic Blast you. Are you at 4? Yep. TC extends the hand. So Adam pulls it off. Good game. Just too damn fast. Too fast. Sarah was too slow. The Sonic Blasts are amazing. Dib surprisingly won because of the Sarahs didn't matter. Really cool matchup. That was a really cool matchup. Very interesting how game 1 it felt like the deck was almost ready to stabilize. Game two was on sales the whole time. Never had a prayer. Never had a prayer. That could have been yeah, that I would have loved to see a game three, but Adam's deck was too damn good, too fast. Congrats. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and there's many more to come. Have a good one.